Capricorn, this is a time of unprecedented productivity. And that might sound like, oh, what a bore. Listen, we're just getting started. But what I love about this week is that there is a place for you to go. If things are driving you crazy, if there's confusion, if there's heartache, there's a place for you to go. And that place is into productivity, because there's such an exceptional connection between Saturn and Mars right now. And it's been like this for, I know it was like that last week. There was very few things that could put you off so much you wouldn't be able to figure them out. And that this is almost, in some ways, a place to escape in broad daylight. Like, escape without escaping. Escape within your own life, right? Because there's a solace in productivity this week, because there's such an ease. There's such a harmony and a tranquility. This is for Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. Guys, it's wherever Capricorn energy applies in your natal chart, in your life, right? Because you could be cross-watching. And this comes to you at just the right time. There's no specific date. The astrology certainly happens around certain dates, but you'll realize that energy is like a ripple in a pond. The pebble may hit at one point, but it takes a while for the ripples to reach you, and that depends on a lot of things. So this is going to reach you at exactly the right moment. And thank you so much for clicking on this video and enjoying it. If you really love it, like it. And subscribe to the channel. We'll get into more of that later. The astrology that I'm excited about is wonderful. It's Saturn is trining Mars. Now, Saturn has been in a square to the North Node and South Node, which means this is a very karmic year. There's a lot of switches and a lot of changes, a lot of fulfillment of old energy and start of new one. But it's interesting how we start new energy really has a lot to do with how we end the old. Do we end it in peace? Do we end it in completion? Or do we end it in chaos and horror or fear? In which case the karma continues and the new never really gets a chance to start or fully flourish. So this is really you digging down into karma and making sure that whatever your new beginnings, they get their fresh start and they are treated differently by you. The challenges that you're going to have this week really lie in a square, I believe it is, a little bit later to the sun. It is what it is, dude. It just means you're getting things done by reassessing who you are and how you're structured and how you structure your life and your personal purpose on the planet. But I think that's more just doubling down into that harmonious aspect between Saturn, which is your ruling dignitary, and let's put those right there, and Mars, which is just the energy that you definitely, you just want that energy. It's energy that can legitimately make anything work and get anything done and figure anything out. It's such a devotion and sense of duty and sense of just even ingenuity. Not necessarily ingenuity, but a stick-to-itiveness and tenacity, I should say, that will eventually figure out how to turn every stone and figure out what to do with what's under it. It really is a beautiful energy for you guys. And like I said, it'll give you harmony. Since a trine is about harmony, you will find peace and maybe even a little bit of escape in your work, a place to clear your mind when other things get too heavy. There's a new moon in Libra. The sun is going to be entering Libra. And what's really interesting about you guys is Capricorn, your native 10th house is Libra, which means house of partnership, and the house of love is actually how you build out into the world. And so you do need a very, very wonderful partnership, a structured partnership, a partnership that you can rely on, and even maybe somebody that can go in and grow with you, developing ideas with you, developing concepts with you, developing business and money with you. You need that partnership. So that could give you kind of an illumination and reminder of just how much you should be okay with needing somebody else to do things with. When it comes to creating into the world, you have a natural tendency to need and desire a partner, and that's just wonderful energy. It's very balancing. The cards, let's see. Let's go. I mean, let's get into it. Lay a solid foundation. See, when I first saw this card, not only is this what you're doing, and you are definitely laying a solid foundation to everything this week, maybe even something with your health and wellness, even though Virgo energy is really your 9th house. So you are learning about something new, aren't you? You are opening your mind and expanding your life, but ultimately you're doing it slowly, and you're doing it at a pace where you know you can incorporate it into your everyday, because that's really what Virgo energy is about. This is a very healing energy. You want this to be a healthy foundation. You want this to be a foundation that lasts, and it's good, not just for you, but for everybody involved. Be fearless and bold. If you are dealing with a Virgo, let me say this to you. You must be very direct with them. You must be forward with them. And you must be almost kind of like take authority or take the lead over a situation. It's actually quite necessary. And even though you don't think this will happen, it will actually work so much better for you. That is specifically for those of you who are thinking of and in relationships or partnerships of some sort with Virgo. It's also a statement of you have to be very bold, very forward, and kind of be the aggressor when it comes to your work and your duties. This is Virgo energy. This is Mars energy. Really taking action in and finding, almost like in some ways, finding energy in work, which the astrology absolutely does favor. Finding energy in work. So if you're feeling that you are down, or you are feeling kind of like lethargic, I would say this to you: work. Get into work. Not necessarily like as an employee. This could be knitting. This could be painting. But it's some sort of manual, interactive, connective work, so that you can put your mind there. It'll be very liberating, and you will make a lot of progress. Transformation is beautiful. So this is Scorpionic energy. Beautiful energy of you're not just beginning again, you're beginning as something new. You're not the same person that you used to be. The transformation of the self, or slowly but surely watching your life unfold into the next level. So it does mean you're leveling up, but tend to the small things here does mean that there are things that have added up. There have been things that are building, and if you see crumbs on the surface, it's because there's litter underneath. It's like it could lead to a whole bunch of stuff that was swept under the rug. This is usually also my devil is in the details card. So take your time. Remember, you are across from Mercury. Saturn right now is going to be, I think, says a square eventually to Mercury. So there will be a lot of things creeping up, a lot of things that will need your attention. This is also a Mercury retrograde, so little shit is going to come and feel like it's throwing chinks in your chain. It's going to feel like it's just, it's like shoving things down your throat, almost feeling like it's choking you. But I can tell you right now, you can get it done as long as you take one thing at a time and don't let the situation overwhelm you. Take control of the situation. And that just means putting things into order. It doesn't mean saying, hey, I'm the leader here. It just means putting things into order. Maybe scheduling things. You don't have to necessarily put anything in stone. In fact, right now during a Mercury retrograde, this is more a time to investigate, to upload information, not to make any firm decisions, but to really contemplate and get all the facts. The devil's in the details, meaning it might be very difficult for you to decide between two different things right now, because on the surface they look so much the same, and they have very similar qualities. But if you dig down into the details, and you should be able to this week, dig down into the details, because that's where you will find the quality differences. And then we have take the lead. Again, you have two cards of authority, two cards encouraging you to go ahead and make the decisions, or be the one that is comfortable making the decisions. This is more a spiritual lead, a faithful lead, a lead that's kind of almost like trailblazing, doing something that you haven't done before, feeling comfortable. And it's almost like I just heard the word permission. Give yourself permission to do something that hasn't been done before, especially if you see it's higher quality. There are higher standards. It doesn't really make a difference if it's something that hasn't been pre-approved or that you don't have experience with. You would be focused on quality right now. So, and you should be. So take the lead and go ahead and make any decision that comes, that lives up to your standards. And then we have these cards, and these cards are really interesting because they're talking about how we are moving into the future. You're prioritizing specific things, and that top priority is family. Be loyal to what you love. So this is taking you into the future. You're putting family first. And then we have trust in the magic. There could be something new, or a new member of your family, or just a sense of your family is headed into, or people in your family, including you, are headed into new territory that they are not familiar with, but they have hope. So this speaks of a great deal of investment that has gone into now this new direction. Which is why you might want to be moving slowly right now, Capricorn, because everything is so new for you. But I got to tell you, this is overwhelmingly optimistic energy. It's just this beautiful energy of a fresh start. So I don't know how that impacts your life. Tell me how it impacts your life. Please leave your comments below. I love reading them. It just opens up my eyes to so much. So please leave your comments below. Also, remember, I always create an extended reading, and that is going to open up your eyes to a lot more information. So I hope you guys will join me for that too. I always include the links below in the description box, as well as I'll pin it to the top of the comment section. And if you guys want to join me today, I have a second YouTube channel. It's called Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link somewhere above so you can find the channel. But it's legitimately, I do daily tarot card readings there. They're live interactive chats, and they're so much fun. So I hope you guys can join that as well. Believe in yourself. This is more Virgo energy. You got a lot of Virgo energy, but I'm not surprised, since it is that work ethic that is so radiating and so energized this week, and it's giving you a sense of calm. It's giving you a sense of peace. And if you find your mind going crazy, please find something to do. It's like idle hands of the devil's workshop. That's kind of what it'll be. It'll be like if you don't find something to do with yourself, this week will drive you crazy. But if you do, and you just commit yourself to whatever chores you have to do, whatever work you have to do, whatever you're building, whatever you're creating, fill up your schedule and make sure that it is tightly scheduled. It'll give you a sense of continuity and purpose. And then we have believe in yourself. So this is plant the seeds. Being willing to plant the seeds. Are you beginning a new family? Are you starting a new family? There's something here where the new seeds have been planted, a new seed, right? So this is a sense of a new family that's growing from a place of destiny. Really, it's all destined. This is a sense of you made your way here because you were led here. That's important. Be loyal to what you love, trust in the magic, and believe in yourself. Okay, this right here is a family member that you are trusting in or giving responsibilities to. I don't know what that's about, but ultimately there's just this sense of being able to trust the person. You will be able to trust this person. I think it's almost like a sense of you can't do it all on your own, and you're realizing that. You're also realizing that that's not a failure. That's just something that you need, you need help, or you need to delegate certain jobs or whatever. Like, that's fine. This is going to be handled wonderfully. Actually, I think it may be one of the best decisions you've ever made. Yeah, because there is a sense of this person is capable, this person is faithful, this person is loyal, this person has a new perspective, but ultimately they're also extremely responsible, and they will be very communicative and very tenacious and very practical and regular. This is a really, I like this energy a great deal. I don't know if any of you are pregnant, but I'm getting major pregnancy bells here too. So this doesn't mean that all y'all are going to be pregnant. So first of all, some of you are men. You're not going to get pregnant. And you may, like, it doesn't mean that this is pregnancy. What it says is it could be pregnancy, because you have Cancerian energy, you have a new start, and you have Virgo energy, somebody planting the seed. So this could just be a bun in the oven, or a sense of this is a very fertile time. So if you are looking to get pregnant, this would be a really nice week to get her done. I'm just saying, listen, it's not the worst work you could do. Let me go to these cards. I want to hear these cards. They all have a different voice, In reverse is Aquarius energy. So you've been keeping to yourself lately and haven't been very social. That could cause some blocks in the future. Maybe you just haven't wanted to be around people, or you haven't felt really giving, or there is a sense of, I don't know, it just came out. This seems like some sort of stuck or blockage when it comes to social. That's what I keep hearing. Social, community. You're definitely doing all you can. I don't feel that this is unwelcoming energy. Let me just clarify. Okay. Clarify this card, guys. Please, for Capricorn. Please clarify this energy. Please clarify this energy. Judgment. What does that mean? I know what it means. What is this, Aquarius? Can you please clarify the energy? There could be a falling out with a friend. There could be a falling out with a friend because of, like, a decision that you've made. A decision that you've made regarding a certain group of people that you were around or were a part of, or a friendship. There is suddenly a judgment here that says it's over. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know who this is. I don't think it's the same person. Leave the comments below. I want to know. But ultimately, I honestly don't think that, I think that you're finally letting go of something, is what I'm saying. And based on what's happening this week, these would be something that just wasn't working out. Like, this would be a sense of, not only do you not see eye to eye, you don't fit in that place anymore. You don't fit in that society anymore. You don't fit with that person anymore. Let's get to the heart of this. Surrender to the divine, and nothing is yet set in stone. So you're leaving it over to God. That's what the Judgment card is on here for, because this is basically a decree of God, of the Almighty, that says, I'm just waiting to see what decision they decide to make. This is a sense of you deciding, I'm gonna give this over to God, but I'm not gonna try that hard. It's almost like a sense of, I'm not going to chase, right? I'm not going to chase. I'm going to allow what comes to me to come to me. I'm not going to insist upon anything, or definitely embrace this energy this week, Capricorn. I have too much else going on, and that, I don't know if that's causing tension with a certain group or a certain group of people or a friend of yours. But ultimately, there's just this sense of somebody may be feeling, I just heard this, that you're feeling like you're too busy for them, or I'm too busy. That's what I keep hearing. Nothing is yet set in stone, and surrender to the divine. This sense of hoping that things will take care of themselves when it comes to this personal front. Other things you are taking the lead on, And I feel like maybe that's why somebody is so upset with you, because you are so good at taking the lead on so many other things. They're just not sure why you don't take the lead or take the initiative with this thing. But ultimately, it could be because every time you do, somebody accuses you of taking too much control. That kind of energy. So it's like, if somebody's not being clear to you with their expectations, then there's no way that you're going to be able to satisfy them. And that's got nothing to do with you. That has to do with the fact that they aren't satisfied because of themselves. It's got nothing to do with you. They just might be projecting it onto you. Nothing is yet set in stone, and surrender to the divine. Those two things coming out together are telling me that you're kind of like giving this situation over to God. So there's two different situations on the table right now. There's one where you are absolutely being led by the divine to take the lead and take the initiative, make the decision, and start the process. It'll be very clear what that is, and you should absolutely, and definitely almost a sense of taking the initiative and saying, hey, maybe taking the initiative to delegate responsibilities. That could be exactly what you're being encouraged to do this week. But this is a sense of, I got to leave this one to God, because I honestly don't even know what to do. I feel so disconnected with even the expectations here. I'm hoping this will soothe out. You know, it's less of a sentiment of, I want to end this, and more of a sentiment of, I might not have any choice. You know, and I'm just going to have to kind of like allow myself to accept that. Why is... There's a lot that's come out here. More work by Virgo. Virgo Capricorn energy. This is a successful project, whatever you're working on, or there's a lot of success in it, whatever you decide to work on. There's a lot of success that will come out of it, because you will be able to get a lot out of the experience. You'll be able to get a lot done. I'm going to dive deep into the details. Please come along with me. That link is below, and I'll see you guys in the extended.